Hello, welcome back, my favorite movement enthusiasts, to today's episode of morning mobility and stretching for people who want to get rid of tightness as well as limber and loosen up in the morning because they do not feel as good as they could. Today we'll be going through a full body mobility routine, going through every single major muscle group as well as joint in our body, just so we can have a good day. However, if you do not have the time in the morning, then of course you can do it at any time. So we'll start out seated with both feet flat on the ground, lengthening our ankles, and we will start by loosening up our back and our spine first, because usually most people carry a lot of tightness in their back, especially in the morning when they wake up from sleep. So we'll start by going into spinal extension, flexing our back musculature, and then switching into spinal flexion, rounding our shoulders, rounding our back, and we want to work a little bit more dynamically. Move forward, move backwards, and switch into extension once more. Now we will repeat this a handful of times. Go into flexion, move forward, move back, go into extension. Hold for a second, switch one final time. Now we're gonna lengthen our shoulders as much as we can. Push your pelvis forward and then pull in your stomach all the way and round your back, letting your head hang loose for another 3, 2, 1, and we're gonna push back as far as we can. Take that left arm, put it through to the right side, and we're gonna bring our shoulder as well as our hand in complete contact with the ground before we switch into additional spinal rotation while we're seated back here, lengthening our back musculature, lengthening our glutes as well, and adding some rotational spinal mobility. Now we're gonna switch to the other side, right arm to the left, bring it into full contact with the ground, open up the other arm, and be sure to push your hips back towards your feet as much as you can. Now we've already added a little bit of shoulder mobility, back mobility, and now we're stretching our glutes in addition as well. And bring both arms forward once more. Now we will switch again from spinal flexion into spinal extension, and this time we have a nice stretch in our anterior chain instead of our posterior chain like we had with the last exercise. So we're actively pushing our hips down all the way, flexing our back, flexing our glutes, lengthening our hip flexors, and then we're gonna push back with our back fully rounded all the way. And let's repeat this 2 more times, going through full spinal flexion in a controlled fashion, pushing into spinal extension, actively flexing our posterior chain, and then reversing the movement once more. We have a final round here, going through flexion, pushing into extension, and now we're gonna lengthen our shoulders and hold for another 3, 2, 1, and reverse back, fully rounded. Lengthen your shoulders as much as you can, and now push your chest down towards the ground to actively open up our pecs and our frontal delts as well. We're gonna relax here just for 3, 2, 1, and now we're gonna bring the left foot right between our hands in the front and at the back. We're gonna start pushing upwards in a pyramid-like position. Now, depending on your mobility, you might not be able to extend both legs fully. There's absolutely no problem with that. You just have to keep in mind that we are actively pushing our heel down towards the ground to lengthen our Achilles tendon as well as our calves. And in the front, we have a nice little stretch in our hamstrings as well. And from here, once again, we're going to switch between extension in our back, or at least getting into a neutral position, and rounding, letting go of all the tension we are building. Extend and flex. Extend and flex. Keep your left hand on the floor or on your leg if that is the extent of your mobility, and we're gonna open up into a triangle-like pose if possible, extend all four. Switch it up into a reverse triangle pose, like so. Of course, you can put your hands here as well. And let go. Bring your right knee down to the ground. Bring your left leg back. Bring your right foot right to the front between our hands and extend once more into this pyramid position. Push your heel down in the back and we're going to switch between extending and flexing. Extending and flexing. And one more time, push into that extended spine. And one more time, round all the way. Keep your right hand on the ground this time and open into a triangle pose for another 3, 2, 1, and reverse the triangle. Left hand on the ground, right arm all the way up for 3, 2, 1. Release and bring that leg back before we switch one final time. We're gonna put our foot right in front of our knee and push the left knee outwards into an upright pigeon. Stretch, actively pushing our pelvis down towards the ground, taking a deep breath in. And now when breathing out, we're gonna relax into it. Lay down all the way. We're going to take a short break for 10 whole seconds. Now you can actively push your pelvis down for a little bit more opening on the left side in your glutes, or you can just try and stay as passive as possible. Now we're going to extend our back again, fully upright, and we're going to do a switch. Bring that left leg back, bring that right foot forward, and put your leg down into complete contact. Push your pelvis down. Actively take a deep breath in. And relax. All the way down, holding once more for 10 seconds, either through a passive, relaxed stretch or actively pushing down. And even opening our hip flexors on the left side the tiniest bit as well. We're going to extend our upper body once more. Bring that right leg back again and sit back for another very short break of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And for our final exercise, we will switch our starting position, laying down on the ground and starting with the right foot flat on the ground, left foot on our right knee, right hand on the left knee. Bring both legs to the right side, left arm as well as head to the left side. Going for complete spinal rotation, starting at the lowest point in our back and moving up all the way up to our neck. Complete rotation. Keep both shoulders on the ground and actively push your knees down. Now you need to really relax and take 1 or 2 deep breaths, expanding your stomach when breathing in and collapsing it when breathing out. Include your diaphragm with every breath in and out. Fully release. Bring your left foot on the ground, right foot on the left knee, left hand on the right knee, both legs to the left and right arm to the right. Once more, complete spinal rotation. Our shoulders are in complete contact with the ground and 2 very deep diaphragm breaths in. Expand and out. Pull that stomach in actively. Breathe in. Expand and breathe out. Fully collapse. Bring both legs up again. Pull them in and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And Done. Now I know this was a short one, but that's perfect for having your morning mobility, getting it out of the way, especially if you wake up feeling really tight and don't feel that well. This is definitely going to help you, especially if you add the breathing. Breathe in deeply, breathe out deeply, and go through the exercises at your own pace. If you need to pause the video, pause the video. If you need to repeat a place, then repeat it. And I hope you feel much more flexible now afterwards. With that said, sadly, that's all the time I've left you today. However, if you like the video and subscribe and check out other videos on this channel because we literally have new ones every single day. So until tomorrow, Captain Cairo, peace out.